Good morning, five-star family, and welcome to another episode of the 10,000 Club. We have a special guest today. Our one and only Greg Carlson is here to join us today. Kim is on vacation, so say hello to Greg and to Doug.
Greg, good morning. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Tracy.
Good. Yeah, good morning. So glad to have you guys here today. This week we're talking about always being a learner. And we're always looking at ideas and ways to encourage our new to industry agents, and even those of you who have maybe been an agent for a while, but are just looking for some new tools in your toolbox. But if you've I'm gonna say dialed in, do I sound old or what? But if you've logged in today, you can see that we're going to be talking about why it is you need to always be learning, not in all areas of your life, but specifically about why you need to be learning as a realtor. And we've invited Greg today to talk about some of these things. We know about lots of tools that we have available in our toolbox. And I think each one of us, this is the unique thing, that we're all unique people, right? And so what I might do might be different than what Doug does, or Greg does, or Kim does. And maybe even for some of you, you probably could encourage us in some other areas. So today we just wanted to throw it out there and let you know about some of the things that are available to you since coronavirus. We realize that we're all kind of stuck inside. And some of you have become agents at 5-star in a midst of a time that looks really, really different. Your boards have been closed. And I know for me, Doug, I don't know about you and Greg, have you guys been ones that have utilized your local board as a place of education?
Well, it's interesting you said that, Tracy, because again, we during this pandemic, everything is virtual. Everything is at that point that we're thinking, well, how do I learn? And again, with podcasts, with everything that's out there for education that 5-star offers, there's just this plethora of opportunity, right? But again, that local board, and again, my message, again, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, was to be a part of the greater community, to really plug into your local boards. Your local boards have so much to offer. And again, it starts with you investing in your business. And again, that's the thing that I think many agents, especially in the first couple of years that they work in the business, they don't do that. And again, that's where the beginning comes. That's where the foundation of your business begins. And again, the local board, again, I talked to a couple of people yesterday. They're kind of getting back in the WMLAR setting to be a little bit more come to class, learn, talk to other agents that are involved. Again, those are the things that I think we need to do early on to invest in our business. So I echo what you just said. Greg, thoughts?
Oh, hey guys. I got numerous thoughts here, and I know we've got limited time, and so you can feel free to stop me or question me at any time here as I get going. All right.
Okay.
And so, but this has been one of my passions throughout the years, is trying to study real estate agents and see the differences, why one person does so well and another struggles mightily. And what I have found, simply put, is successful agents never wait around for anyone. They don't blame. They have a high sense of urgency. And that's an important word, that if you really dissect it and think about it, what changes in your world if you go from complacency to urgent? Yeah. And how you think and how you look at things. And we all know time's precious. We all know that obviously we want to have balance in our lives. We're not looking at this from a crazy perspective. I mean, I know many people that are successful and don't have lives. And I know a lot of people that are successful and do have very balanced lives. And, they're resourceful. And when I say successful agents never wait for anyone, one of the big lies that I've seen over the years is that somehow the broker can do it for you. And you know what? If I could, I would. But what I'm not going to do is going to stand up in front of a group and tell them that, yep, my company, my brand, my franchise, we can do it for you because we can't. And so it just drives me nuts when I see these things published that somehow this broker's going to do it for you. And it's like, I'm immediately thinking, what a lie. What a horrible thing to tell an independent contractor, which that's what you all are. And you're growing your own business inside another business. And so I think you have to start with these basic things and you have to understand it. And there are so many resources available to you guys. And we'll get to that in a minute here. And it's like, how and why does a top agent think about certain things? And just a couple thoughts here. They do not die on every hill. And the reason they don't die on every hill is because they know they've got more hills to conquer. And so they're very selective in where they're going to, stand and talk about, well, it's the principle. And you know what? Principle's good, character's good, integrity's great. But, sometimes it makes sense to let go of a couple $100 and to keep rolling and not have to get back in your car and start searching again. And that's what I mean by they don't die on every hill. They pick and choose carefully. They study and they research other successful agents. They don't listen to unsuccessful non-producers. And so to me, you have to know your audience. You have to, is the person that's telling you this is what you got to do, have they done it? And if they haven't, why not? And because there's plenty of people out there that have done it, and it's up to you to find them and latch onto them and learn from them without overwhelming them. The other thing I see with successful people is they're always doing something. What I've seen with a lot of people that struggle in the business is they want to plan, they want to make it perfect. There is no perfect. And so here's the difference between marginal and extremely successful. Marginal is ready, aim, ready, aim, ready, aim. Successful agents are ready, fire, ready, fire, ready, fire. And they're not worrying about perfect. And so perfection can get in the way. And again, remember there's levels here. So I'm not encouraging anybody to be sloppy or worse. I'm just saying that there is a distinction between ready, aim, and ready, fire, ready, fire, ready, fire. I think that top agents also have another characteristic. They're self-starters, they're researchers, they're detectives, they're investigators, they're curious, they know the market, and they're prepared when that person comes along unexpectedly today that says something that is a real estate opportunity, and many marginal agents would walk right past it, but a successful agent would have read into it and went, wow, there's an opportunity there. And they're ready with, somebody says to you, how's the market? And I've talked about this many times over the years. It's like when somebody says, how's the market? The answer is never awesome, wonderful, glorious, unbelievable. Those statements are not what I'm going to call a good answer if you want to take that person that just asked you the question to the next level. There's other things that I think that we need to do is we need to become great questioners. And this is where the questions come in. And it's like, well, I guess that depends. Tell me what you're thinking. Well, and then they might say, well, oh, I was just making small talk. All right, great. No problem. But they might say, well, my father, my sister, my uncle is thinking about something. And I was just wondering, what could be done. And well, okay, are they looking to buy? Are they looking to sell? Because I might respond differently. So the key is when that opportunity comes along, the top agents, they never miss that moment, because they know you're not going to get that many chances, and you don't want to miss out when that one comes right up to your doorstep and asks you that question of how's the market. And there's so many opportunities that are created there. Then, so Paul kind of gave me a list here of things too, and these are many things that we've talked about over the years, but none of you should ever be able to say when you wake up in the morning, I don't know what to do today. And again, I'm telling you what, that marginal agents, the ones that are going to struggle, will be asking that question. And successful agents are never asking that question. They know exactly what they're going to do when they get up. And, you know, one of the probably the coolest things I've ever seen is what I call the Ninja 9. And it basically gives you exactly what to do from the time you wake up through your entire day. And so you can look up Ninja, you can Google Ninja and see hundreds of YouTubes with Larry Kendall. But another thing that I would recommend, out of all the things that I've looked at and done, there is a book. Oh shoot, I lost my train of thought here. Oh, it's not a book. It's a real estate industry resource called Inman News. If you don't have Inman News, go online, look it up. I think you can get a 1-year subscription for like $199. And you will be in the know. They will keep you in the know. You will know everything going on about this industry from a national level, and then coming down to specifically to agents. They will give you more resources, more information. Anybody that's in real estate should have a couple of these subscriptions. Another one might be one called 1,000 Watt, 1,000 numbers, the number Watt, W-A-T-T. Another is Real Trends. And another would be Notorious Rob. He's a little controversial, but very interesting reading. And then you have books. And, you know, if you haven't read the book, The 7 Levels of Communication, I would get my hands on that quickly. The Advantage by Patrick Lencioni, Lencioni. John Maxwell, Falling Forward. This is probably my life story. You know, I think when you think about people that have shown levels of success, they probably have had more failures than anybody, but they just keep getting up and they get going again. And so failing forward is like kind of like my theme song. If you know, it's what I've done, but I just keep moving and you don't stop. A guy named Simon Sinek, Sinek, wrote a book, Find Your Why, Know Your Why. And, you know, if you know your why, then you can begin to build out what you have to do in that process of knowing your why. There is, I mean, I would be meeting with lenders, learning about everything I can about them. I would reach out to like a Phil Carlson at Star Title and set up a meeting and understanding title. Michigan Realtor Magazine has Letter of the Law, facts, FAQs. And then, how could I forget, but we probably have thousands of videos that are online, and Tracy and you probably can tell them how to get to these things and probably have told them how to get to these things, but we produce probably minimum of 3 of these per week. And you can go look by topic. And we have just about touched on everything over the last few years. So I'm going to stop there and let you guys either take it or ask questions or whatever.
Yeah, that's all really good stuff. That's all really good stuff. We'll drop the link, but to Five Star Michigan the Education channel in the notes when we're finished. But yeah, that's all really good stuff. You touched on a lot of things. Some of the things that we've talked about, some of the books that you've encouraged us to read are those: The Advantage, The 7 Levels of Marketing, The Go-Giver, The Go-Giver Gives More. Those were some of my favorite ones that I read very early on, that encourage you to build a business that's really not about you. It's about how you serve and what you have to offer the public. So I like all those things. I think they were great encouragements to me. But when we talk about other avenues that are available to you, so what Greg is saying is basically what we always talk about: have a plan every day. What kinds of things can you be doing? Some people are podcast people, some people are book people, some people love reading blogs. Maybe you're a magazine reader, but yeah, you get a copy of, Michigan Realtor magazine every single month. Brian Westron, isn't Brian the one that writes the Letter of the Law?
Brian is, yep.
Yeah. So, and that's, again, I always think about when Greg produces our Con Ed, it's a way for him to say, these are the things that I want my agents to know this year. These are the changes, right? And that's kind of the letter of the law. When Brian Westron writes that, they're really important topic, or not when he writes it, but when he does doesn't he do a video as well though?
He does.
Yeah. So these are really important things. So you've got to know where to plug into these things to get connected, and not think about real estate being in a silo, right? We're never going to be the perfect realtor when we don't have others in our lives, other voices that we listen to, other things we read and plug into.
Yeah. And something I said, something Greg just said, and this is interesting, the difference between the marginal and the successful agent. And I've never heard it said that way, versus ready, aim, and then ready, fire. And I know a lot of agents, especially when they're in their first, second year, the confidence level isn't where it should be or could be. And again, they're not quick to be that agent that says ready, fire. And again, for me, first year, I wanted to hang around every successful agent I could. I wanted to be a sponge. I wanted to soak it all up. To Greg's point, be a student of what you do and be the best at what you do. And I think with all the tools that are available, I couldn't write fast enough what Greg was saying this morning. So again, I'm glad this is recorded this morning, guys. Go back and listen to this over and over and over again, because again, there is so many nuggets of knowledge here that we need to take advantage of, for sure.
Yep.
So Tracy, so that, and again, I'm sure you guys have said this over the years, but I would be remiss not to say it again. And I would like to ask each of these agents, when they think about whether they've been in the business for a month or whether they've been in the business for a year, ask yourself, how have you invested in you? What have you done to invest in you? And what Doug just said a second ago there was, it's hard to go out there and do that ready, aim if you're not prepared. Yeah. And then the question becomes, well, then how do I advance my preparedness? Well, you surely don't wait for others. Don't wait for your broker, because your broker can't do it for you. But we are doing everything we can to bring knowledge to the agents. And you go, well, what does that knowledge do then? Well, the knowledge gives you confidence, right?
Exactly.
In what I've always appreciated as I've watched agents grow in this industry is that there's two types of confidence. There's arrogant confidence and there's humble confidence. And a humble confidence is what I see in the top pros. They just know their stuff. They're confident. And so there's a humble confidence. And this is a word that I put together years ago. It kind of sounds like an oxymoron probably to a lot of people when you think of it that way, because you think of confident, bold, but no, they're the best agents are there's a humbleness to this, but the humbleness comes from the fact that they know their stuff. They know, they've studied, they've done deals, they've They've got hundreds of deals behind them. But if you don't have hundreds of deals behind you, the question is, how do you get that humble confidence? Well, you study, you research, you are a detective, you never stop learning. And if you can develop that attitude and that trait, I believe you're going to give yourself a huge advantage over others that are unwilling to put the time and energy into this part of the program, the part of your career, the part of your building your business. And so I can't emphasize it much stronger than what I'm saying right now, but it's up to the agent. We can't do it for you. I've always said, um, I'm not responsible for your success, but I'm also not responsible for your failure. And the reason is really simple. I don't get you out of bed in the morning. I don't make you go to the gym. I don't make you learn the industry. I don't make you study the statistics. So when somebody asks you a question, it's right there at the very tip of your tongue. Um, those are things that only you control. And so, how can I possibly be responsible for you not getting on the phone, not saying the right thing, have the wrong timing, lack the information? That is not our fault. And so that taking that personal responsibility is key to people becoming successful in this business. And I just can't emphasize this enough. And if there's nothing else that I could do here this morning, it's like, own it, take responsibility. It's your business, and you can expedite how fast you want to do this, how quickly you want to be successful, and it's in your hands far more than it is in Tracy's or Doug's or mine, and that's what successful people know.
Wow.
That's
So
awesome.
I think really we should have coined the title of this not podcast, this Facebook Live today for the 10,000. We should have coined it "Successful Agents Never Wait."
You got
And
it.
really, they don't wait because they have resources and tools. And if we find ways to plug into those resources and tools, which we are happy to make available to you, we'll drop it into this live stream today. Some of the things we talked about, websites, books, places to plug into blogs and podcasts and things like that, because we want you to find your way to navigate your place at the top. And if we can be a small part in helping you find your success, like Greg says, we won't claim it. It's not ours, it's yours. But we want you to know that we're here to help you in that. So with that, I'll say,
Just gonna
Greg,
say,
any final thoughts?
go ahead, Greg.
I sit here and I it's like there's all these little things, but then there's the big things. And it's like, I want people to know that what we've built here at 5-Star, if you lay awake at night, we will lay awake at night worrying with you. But if you don't lay awake at night worrying, then we're not going to lay awake at night worrying either. And so there's so many, there's a way to think, and there's a way to think how successful people think. And if I could do one thing, it would be try to help people understand, how do successful people think? I don't think a lot of people really spend time going down this road, but after 44 years of, being an agent for 18 years and then being a broker for the last 25, I have watched thousands of people come and go and in our industry. And I'll tell you, the ones that are at the top, when I look at these people, the top agents in 5-Star, they are humble, they are kind, they're not mean-spirited. For the most part, I'm going to say the arrogance is minimal, and they're helpful and they're reachable. If some of these people today wanted to reach out and talk to some of the top agents, I know they would talk to you.
For sure.
And if you said, if you were me starting out today, what would you focus on? They would probably spend some time with you and give you some tips. They love to share. They love to help. That's what makes them so successful. They don't sit around the table with their arms, like circling all their stuff that only they know and say, I'm never going to tell anything to anybody about what I've learned, because if they know what I know, plus they know what they already know, that means they're smarter than me now. And so be a giver. Be a giver. Be a servant. That's what we do.
Good.
Perfect.
Close it out, Doug.
Perfect. I don't know how to close it out. Guys, if you took anything from our time today, man alive, I've got notes. I can't write enough notes here. So it's like, where do we go, right? But again, I just want to I'll say it again. The things that we talked about today, even if you've taken just little nuggets of what was talked about today and build on those, again, this is why broker support is there for you guys, to build, to work around, to come alongside and help your businesses grow. And again, if we haven't said anything today that to say it over and over again, we just want you to be successful. And I think you've picked the right place to be. You picked the right place this morning to learn from. And again, as Tracy and Greg and I've said, man alive, it doesn't get any better than this, right? A lot to learn. So again, we just thank you for being here this morning. This has been great. Hope you guys are learning a lot from us. And again, I'm hoping we have a lot of conversations in the future about this as well. So
happy birthday to Kim and
birthday.
Greg.
That's right.
And Greg, thanks for logging on.
Hey, go learn something today, huh?
What's that?
Go learn something today.
Go learn something today. Absolutely. Please do. All right, gang. Well, hey,
have a great day.
Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Take care.